And now, Mike's thoughts.
You know what really frustrates me in this NFL world is the idea that Joe Schoen is comparing Jackson Dart to the one and only Josh Allen. I mean, come on. Let's not kid ourselves. I think that Schoen and Daboll have experience with quarterbacks who need development, but to make that leap between Dart is going to follow the same trajectory as Josh Allen, quite frankly, is disrespectful to both players and their circumstances that they are in. Let's break it down for a second. Josh Allen was a complete project. His rookie season with the Buffalo Bills wasn't pretty by any stretch of the imagination, but he was given the keys to the car when the Buffalo Bills were in absolutely desperate need. He wasn't thrown into a room full of talent either. He had a Nathan Peterman as the opening day starter. Do I need to say more? Peterman's disappeared in week one, forcing Josh Allen into that role. And he had no choice but to learn through trial and error. Now, this was the reality in Buffalo. Now, let's flash forward to Jackson Dart. I get it. He's got talent, he's got upside, and the potential is there. But comparing his situation to Allen's is just wrong. The Giants' quarterback room is a lot more stable. You've got guys like Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, and veterans who have been through the fire and have proven themselves at this level. Dart isn't stepping into a void like Josh Allen did. He's stepping into a situation where he doesn't have the same pressure to immediately perform because, frankly, he's got two competent backups. The road ahead for Jackson Dart isn't the same either, and to act like he's going to follow Josh Allen's footsteps is naive. And let's talk his experience with 7 different quarterbacks over the past couple seasons. I understand the need for preparation, but we're talking about 2 completely different quarterbacks here. Dart has shown the same level of readiness Allen had coming out of Wyoming. Allen's tools were raw, yes, but were more developed than Jackson Dart's are. And now that you want Dart to come in and be the next Josh Allen, that is a huge stretch at the end of the day. I get it. Schoen and Daboll have a plan, and I respect that. But it's feeling like they're just setting Dart up for failure by placing him in this unfair comparison on him. Why not let Jackson Dart develop on his own time? Why not let him grow into his own identity as a quarterback? Why rush him into playing against Josh Allen in completely different situations and a completely different player? Until Jackson Dart shows that he's got that level of potential, let's not go preparing to develop just actually like Josh Allen. That's an unrealistic expectation, and it's unfair to both Dart and the fan to expect him to follow in that path that may not even be possible. Cue that intro. Where are we at? Are you ready for the best damn NFL show on the planet? Man Hour Nation, rise up.
Yeah, hey, let's go. Hitting that gridiron, we going hard, we running the plays. You know the vibe, only the strong survive. Gotta keep your head in the game. Talking NFL, uncut, straight raw. Steady bringing that sauce. We about to take off. Get it hype, this man, our sport talk. Yeah, from the quarterback to the lineman. Everybody bringing heat. You don't really want to try them. Hey, who gon' win? It's a battle of the giants. This show is the flyest. Nobody can deny it. This is Man Hour. Sport Talk. Man Hour. Sport Talk. What team you reppin'? We keep it interesting. Who caught another down? Who got that interception? This is Man Hour. Sport Talk. Man Hour. Sport Talk. What team you reppin'? We keep it interesting. Who caught another down? Who got that interception?
Let's go. What is up, Man Hour Nation? Michael Buckeicher here with the Man Hour Show, the manhourradio.com, guys. Check out the merchandise page or check out the blog section as well. But guys, we got a great show for you lined up today. We're going to break it down the NFC West draft grade. That's right, guys. We've been traveling the old crusty landscape. We've been going to the north. We're making our way over to the west, and that is the NFC West with the Arizona Cardinals, San Francisco 49ers, Seattle Seahawks, and of course the LA Rams. We're giving draft grades for each and every one of those. And then it's overreaction Thursday. We're going to overreact. Sorry, it's not overreaction. It's over under Thursday. We're going to overreact to over JJ McCarthy. We got Kirk Cousins. We got Van Dinkel. We got a lot of things happening. Of course, we end shows every show with a little bit of fact and a little bit of crap. But guys, buckle up. This is a live, raw, uncut, interactive show. So if you guys have comments, let us down below. Just like my old man River here. Old man River says, "What up, Buck? What up? What up? What up? What's up, old man River? Hope you're having a good old day." Got my man Alpha Rob in the chat today as well. What is up, Alpha Rob? Hope you're having a good day, brother. And why is that coming up? We got several people over here at Facebook.com, but the comments are not coming up over here. But guys, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Like I said, this is live interactive show, live, raw, uncut NFL talk every Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. East Coast time. But guys, I want you guys to buckle up because we're going to go through a little rough patch. We are potentially transitioning from Studio B into Studio C. If you are a pigskin pundit, you are aware of this. You know what is going on. But the next couple weeks, guys, buckle up, as we might be a little bit sporadic on the old live streams. But let's get into today's show. Let's get it in. Let's get it up. And let's talk about the one and only Arizona Cardinals. Today, guys, we're going to break down the Arizona Cardinals 2025 NFL Draft. From first round talent to late round gems, guys, this thing was all about one thing and one thing only. It was about defense. And oh, by the way, it was about some more defense for the Arizona Cardinals. Let's kick it off with the first round at pick number 16, Walton Nolan, defensive tackle out of the University of Mississippi. This guy is a game record, guys. If he puts it all together, Nolan could be the anchor of the Cardinals defensive lines for many, many years to come. He is explosive off of the snap. He has strong point of attack, and this is the kind of pick that sets the tone up for your defense for many, many years to come. So right off the bat, guys, the Arizona Cardinals nailed it. They get a grade A, a well-deserved A. This was an excellent pick for their team moving forward. And then we go over to day number 2. Round number 2, they started off right off the top. They started off right off the top again. Pick number 47, Will Johnson, cornerback out of Michigan. Look, when he's healthy, Johnson is that lockdown corner, guys. He's long, he's physical, and he knows how to mirror receivers. Injuries were the only thing that dropped his stock, and if he stays on the field, Arizona stole a CB1 in the second round. This guy's the first town talent written all over it, and the Arizona Cardinals got him in mid-second round. Then we go into round number 3. At pick number 78, the Arizona Cardinals grabbed Jordan Burch, the edge rusher out of Oregon. This man's got length, he's got a motor, and he has a lot of upside for the Arizona Cardinals. While he's still refining his pass rush moves a little bit, Burch gives the Arizona Cardinals a developmental edge presence who can contribute in the rotation immediately, guys. When you look at these day 2 grades, grade 2 or round 2 and round 3, guys, the Arizona Cardinals get yet another A. This is where the Arizona Cardinals have really committed to building that defense. 3 picks, 3 defensive guys, and by the way, they continue to go defense into day 3, into round 4 at pick 115, and Cody Simon, linebacker out of the Ohio State University. Guys, this guy has a nose for the ball. If you have not watched film on him, go back and watch the film. He knows where the ball is at any given time. He can play inside or he can play outside. Simon is a playmaker, period. He finds lanes, he attacks, and he's going to be a strong special teams guy right away. Then round number 5. Pick number 174, Denzel Burke. Another defensive player, a cornerback out of the Ohio State. Burke brings great athleticism. He needs a little bit of polishing. There's a little rough edges in there, but there's enough upside here from him to be pushed for a death roll immediately in the secondary, and that's exactly what they needed. And yes, they did take a little bit of offense. In round number 6 at pick 211, they drafted Hayden Connor, offensive guard out of Texas. This is a much-needed body on the offensive line. He's solid. He's smart from what I could tell from film, and he could develop into a spot starter or a backup immediately. In the course number 7, they go Keaton Crawford, safety out of Nevada. Yes, another defensive pick, 6 out of 7 on the defensive side. But this is my favorite pick of the late round drafts. out of everybody that we broke down, Keaton Crawford is my favorite late round pick. Crawford is a sneaky good athlete. I had to go back and watch tape on him just to refresh my memory and understand what I was watching. I think he can surprise a lot of people at that nickel safety spot. Watch him during camp. He could push for some early first rep snaps as well. But an overall grade for the Arizona Cardinals, day 1, they get an A. Day 2, they get an A. And day 3, they get a B+. Day 3, they're down a little bit because of the solid depth and a few late-round sleepers, but all of their picks were pretty much spot on. This is how you build a defense. This is through the NFL draft. And with smart underdrafting wide receiver signings, or undrafted wide receiver signings as well, the Arizona Cardinals could round out that roster very, very nicely. But I want to hear from you guys down there, guys, in the comments below. What do you think of this NFL rookie class for the Arizona Cardinals? Who was your favorite pick? Where was there someone in Arizona that you should have grabbed that you think they missed? Dropped it in the live chat below. And of course, this is a live interactive show. But always, guys, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button for more Arizona's Cardinals as we turn up the notifications. We've got camp coverage and rookie breakdowns coming soon, as May is full of rookie camps and OTAs. But guys, let's get into the comments. Old Man River says B+. They also need a little bit of offensive line. They did draft. You're all in on defense, competing for a playoff spot. There's a lot of upside in Arizona. Guys, if you are an Arizona Cardinals fan, you need to be hyped and need to be hyped right now because they got a lot of things happening for them moving forward. Over here on X, do you think the Arizona Cardinals can win the NFC West? That is tough. That is tough, man. Because when you think about the Arizona Cardinals, you have to think about the LA Rams still, right? My early season, what was it, March and April, when like we were doing over under win totals, I said I like the LA Rams to be representing the NFC in the Super Bowl. The Rams got hell of a lot better. The 49ers will be better. We'll be talking about their draft coming up as well. The Seahawks are still a diamond in the rough. We don't know what we're going to get out of them, but if the ball bounces the Arizona Cardinals away once or twice, they could definitely win the NFC West. However, I do not anticipate them winning the NFC West. I can see them getting a few wins, make it competitive, maybe a second place, but first place is a little bit of a reach. So we just need to slow that down, baby. Pump the brakes, baby. But we'll think about it and we'll discuss it and we'll talk about it moving forward. But let's go ahead and get back into today's line. Oh, hang on. Old Man River says, I don't think so, but make the playoffs if Murray stays healthy. That's why I said Murphy. Kyler Murray stays healthy. But obviously, Old Man River, Kyler Murray is the end-all, be-all. If Kyler Murray can stay healthy, if Kyler Murray has flashes of that 2021 season when the Arizona Cardinals started 11-0, and they continue that, yes, very, very real possibility they're making the playoffs and competing for the NFC West title. I don't think they'll get it, but there's definitely that potential to get it. If you guys remember, flashback to that 2011 season, I said there's a lot of cracks and flaws in the Arizona Cardinals. Next game, they lost to the Green Bay Packers, and everybody was at my neck. Picks, no problem, or at classy, or really moves that. Whether it was the class or they really move in the middle in LA. So obviously, big deal for the lost a day 2 pick this year as well. That stung a little bit on Friday night. But slow it down. Let's slow it down. With the first selection in LA, they went tight end Terrence Ferguson out of Oregon at number 46. Ferguson is a smooth, athletic guy that has very, very soft hands. He caught a lot of balls losing anybody, but he'll give Matthew Stafford or whoever's under center a reliable chain-moving option. So I got to give them an A- on this value pick of the second round. A very, very solid pick that fits the scheme. I love this start. Now, moving on to round 3, pick number 90. Now, this is a pick that had me scratching my head. Josiah Stewart, edge rusher out of Michigan. He is very, very undersized. He lacks elite burst, but let me tell you, this kid is a football player. He knows how to win reps. He has great instincts, and he can carve out a rotational role early. But yes, this exactly wasn't the prototype I was expecting in round 3. I expected him to go down in round 4, even potentially even round 5. But with the day 2 grades, it's not flashy, but tough, right? Sean McVay and Snead clearly see something in this Josiah Stewart. So who am I to really question their ability, right? But then round number 4, Jarquez Hunter, running back out of Auburn. This was a great value pick, but timing is everything. With Kyron Williams and Blake in the backfield, Hunter have to wait his turn. That said, he's powerful, quick, though, and he's quick through the hole and could be a solid injury insurance policy. So Kyron Williams has had a little bit of injury issues, but we'll see what happens. Round number 5 at pick 148 and 172. This is where things got a little interesting and a little bit questionable, right? At 148, Rams took Ty Hamilton, defensive tackle out of Ohio State. Great rotational guy, but giving up the 2026 4th-round pick for him was that's a little too rich for my blood. Hamilton's solid, but the value doesn't quite add up. Then at 172, they took Chris Paul Jr., linebacker out of Mississippi. He's instinctive, he's rangy, and he can show you flashes on tape. The keyword here is flashes. He doesn't have that steady, all-the-time motor. He is not going to wow you at the combine, but the tapes show you that he can contribute on special teams and potentially develop into a rotational piece type of guy. Then finally, at round number 7, the Rams grabbed Mumpfield. I'm terrible with names, guys. Help me with the pronunciation. Mumpfield, wide receiver out of Pittsburgh. Now, when I looked at this guy, he is not the biggest. He is not the fastest, but this dude has nice, crisp routes. This guy runs routes on a dime. Another guy's who film outshines his measurables, right? He will need to shine in camp, but there is potential to add depth there, especially with Cooper Kupp now gone. Now, here's how I sum it up. Day 2, they get an A. Ferguson fills a need and fits the system. Stewart is a grinder, not sexy, but solid. Day 3, C+. Mixed bag. Hunter was a win, but trading a future and potential pickup for a rotational defensive tackle, not my favorite move. Overall, this draft did not blow me away, but it gave the Rams a few potential contributors, and more importantly, that extra 2026 first rounder that could be a game changer down the line. But I want to know what you guys think. Did the Rams do enough? Who was your favorite pick? And how do you feel about trading out of the first round? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Stay locked in as we have more offseason breakdown coming soon. So guys, in the comments, what do you guys think? Let me get this fixed there. There we go. Old Man River says B-. The same, but hey, we will see. We are now breaking down the San Francisco 49ers NFL draft class with some high upside defense reinforcements to a flurry of late round offensive playmakers. The 49ers had a busy weekend, and I've got thoughts. I got a lot of thoughts on this. So let's dive into and talk top picks, grades, and what the draft means for the future of the San Francisco 49ers down the line. Starting off in round 1 with the 11th overall pick, the Niners went defense, taking edge rusher Michael Williams out of Georgia. This guy has serious length. He is big, he's strong, and he has a motor. He is not polished yet. But he has the raw tools are there. With a little bit of molding and a little bit of shaping, we can see him as a top 10 edge rusher in the NFL in 2-3 years forward down the road. If you're looking at a potential anchor off the edge for years to come, not a flashy pick, but this is definitely a good one that fits the need. Day 1, grade, solid B. It's a solid choice. The ceiling is high, but they need strong development. They will have to coach this guy day in and day out to really get the best out of him. Going on to day 2 at round number 2, pick number 43. The 49ers selected defensive tackle Alfred Collins out of Texas. And this pick, I love it, baby. I love it. Collins is a huge big-time run stuffer and quickness and power. The perfect replacement for Javon Hargrave in the long term. Plug him in the rotation right now, and he will make an impact, no question about it. Now, round 3, they're still building on the defensive side in round 3. The Niners added yet another linebacker, Nick Martin, out of Oklahoma State, and cornerback Upton Scout from Western Kentucky. Martin plays sideline to sideline, speed and instinct that reminds you a little bit, do I dare say it? Yes, Dre Greenlaw, great motor. This guy's a great value pick. They stole this guy at the 75th overall pick. Then they're stout. Don't let the name fool you. He may not be the biggest guy, but his game is a little bit scrappy, it's aggressive, and it is polished. He competes hard and should stick out as a nickel corner or a special teams type of guy. Day 2 grade is an A+. The San Francisco 49ers nailed day 2. It was a sweet spot for the draft for the San Francisco 49ers, and they nailed it. They nailed it. In round number 4. Round 4 saw the team finally started to add offensive pieces. But first, they added another defensive tackle, CJ West from Indiana. He's a space eater, good in the run, and adds depth. Depth is always nice, especially on the front 4. And then came wide receiver Jordan Watkins out of Ole Miss. And let me tell you, this kid brings burst, big play potential. And he's also a slot guy who can separate quickly and offer something a little bit different for Brock Purdy on the offensive side of the ball. In round 5, picks 147 and 160, they grabbed running back Jordan James out of Oregon. Every year, the 49ers find a running back in the mid to late rounds and turn him into a stud. And James might be the next one. He runs with power, vision, and knows how to finish. Then they snag safety Marquez Sieg from the Kansas State University. I love this pick. One of my favorite day 3 guys, not because he's from the Kansas State University, because he will be a special team ace with real upside at safety. Do not be shocked if he's starting in a year or 2. Hell, he might even start this year come mid-season. This guy's a dog. And now let's talk round 7. The Niners went quarterback Curtis Roque from Indiana, a developmental guy, but worth the flyer, right? It's just a seventh round pick. He's got the arm size, he's got the poise, everything you want to see in a quarterback, especially if you cannot get a deal done with Brock Purdy. Nothing to lose to take him here and maybe something to gain. Then they doubled down on offensive guard Connor Colby out of Iowa, a solid, nasty run blocker who could stick as a depth piece and a protector for Brock Purdy in the future. And finally, wide receiver Junior Bergen out of Montana, a late round dart throw with speed and return ability. Might be a surprise camp out if he gets a chance. So summarize, day 1, they get a B. Day 2, they get an A+. They knocked it out of the park with Collins, Martin, and Stout. And then day 3, I give him a B+. A great mix of value, depth, and upside. Some reaches, but strong overall. Guys, this draft was all about reloading on defense for the San Francisco 49ers and giving Brock Purdy a few new weapons and building long-term depth. And that is exactly what the 49ers did. And they delivered. So what do you guys think? San Francisco 49ers fans, did this draft class meet your expectation? Who's your favorite pick and who has the best chance to start early? Hit the comments down below, smash the like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more offseason analysts and Q&As in the upcoming way for your San Francisco 49ers. So what do you guys think? Old Man River says the Niners get a C+ and they'll finish 3rd place. Now, Old Man River, we've been on the same wavelength all week long. We've been on the same week since February. This is where I draw the line, old man River. I understand you're a Pigskin pundit.
Pigskin pundit.
I understand that you are a membership. I understand you get your free merch. I understand you get free entry into our NFL Pick'ems every week, 1 through 18, and win those dollar bills, y'all. I understand you are one of the biggest fans, but you are wrong here. You are flat out wrong. The 49ers nailed this draft, especially the 2nd and 3rd rounds. They could have flunked at day 3, and they still get a B. The 49ers nailed this draft. They get an A. An A, an A, an A. This was the best draft I've seen out of everybody in the NFC West. Slow it down, baby. Real McCoy's in the chat today. What's up, brother? He says 49ers drafted good, but offense shaky with Purdy at quarterback. A little bit of shaky, a little bit of shaky, a little bit of shake, and then you bake it, right? Listen, Brock Purdy has the most upside in the world. The biggest question about Brock Purdy is, can he lead a team when the team around him crumbles, right? Because we've seen it. What was it? 22 and 23. The team was healthy and they went to the Super Bowl, went to the playoffs, led them to the moon, baby. But last season, obviously, injuries bit them in the ass. Jameson, you guys know him very, very well. Every time but he said it, a lot of upside, but Real McCoy and say that I Let's Go Sports says great draft for the 49ers. Would have gone a little bit neat. Whatever. West. Listen, the schedule the schedule comes out May 14th. We're going to give me a week or so to dissect it. Makes it to the Super Bowl very, very good. I definitely see the 49ers being top dogs in the NFC 100%. But let's go ahead and move on to the bit of everything. A versatile all-in, guys, because we're going to go to it. In the first round, this was a smart versatile. He fits exactly what the Seattle offense lines needs, especially with some more recent injuries and depth concerns. You can plug him in at either guards to A. Round number 1, they get an A. Now, on to day 2. Seattle made some noise. You guys know I'm terrible with names. Imawari, right? Safety out of South Carolina. Now, I did not know a lot about the new we were breaking down this, or he can play deep. He is super versatile to move up, so the pressures is on, but the talent now, Milroe gets time to develop without pressure. And the value, excellent. Quarterback needy teams pass, Seattle swooped in. Bonus move, this pick made Sam Howell expendable, and Seattle flipped him to the Vikings, and it's just not about who you draft, it is how you draft. It is what the moves allow you to do. Sam Howell is now a Minnesota Viking, by the way. Now going on to day 3. Round number 5 was busy. 3 picks, all very interesting. Defensive line, Ryle Milp in the C gap. I can see early snaps for him. Wide receiver, Torrey Holton out of Colorado State. Down the field speed and size, but the issue with sneaky good hands. This day was all about adding depth with upside. All 3 picks could make the roster if things break right. Now, moving on to round number 6. They drafted another offensive lineman. An offensive lineman, Bryce Cabedo, terrible with names, from Kansas. But this is another guy I did not actively seek out. Now, watching my Kansas State Wildcats throughout the Big 12 season, I do remember him jumping out of on tape. So I had to go back and watch his film. This guy's big. He has a big frame type of guy. Wing guard in a year or 2. Now, on to round 7. They had three round 7 picks. They drafted a running back, Damian Martinez, out of Miami. This guy is a straight ahead runner, one cut tops, low pad level, a tough guy. They drafted an offensive tackle, Mason Richmond, out of Iowa. Solid technique, could fight for a backup spot. May not even make the team, let's just be honest. And then wide receiver rookie White III out of UNLV, a productive college guy. He is a sleeper on the edge of making the team or not. So there are your classic Seattle Stipes late round picks, tough, versatile, and very, very coachable. Day 3, though, they get an A. Day 3 was all about filling roster spots with guys who compete in camp and can possibly carve out roles. So let's run it back. Here's how I see it. Day 1, they get an A. Zabel is the guy they needed, and the board came to them. Day number 2, they get a B. They have talent, but some questionables and some health concerns. Day 3, they get an A. A good mix of depth, value, and scheme fits. I had to go back and watch a lot of their films because I did not know their names, but I do like their scheme fits and the depth moving forward. Seattle came into the draft looking to retool in the trenches, find a development quarterback, and add versatile depth across the board, and they crushed it, guys. Milroe could be the future. Zabel could start week 1, and do not sleep on guys like Horton and Damian Martinez sneaking onto the 53-man roster. But, guys, that's just my thoughts. That is just my thoughts. But what do you guys think about this draft class? Was Milroe a sneaky franchise quarterback move? Is Zabel the next star offensive lineman? Who is your sneaky pick, guys? Drop the comments down below. Be sure to hit that like button and sure to share this with a couple friends as well. Let us know. Let us know. Let us know. But it's time to get a little bit over and a little bit under. So, guys, over and under is very, very simple. Every Thursday here at manhourradio.com, you can find us live at 9 p.m. East Coast time on youtube.com, facebook.com, x.com, and, of course, at the Believe Sports Network, guys. We're there every Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. on their YouTube channel as well. We do a thing called over and under. We see what the league is talking about, and we determine if their receiving yards is going to be over, tackle is going to be over, under, whatever. You guys know what it is. It is over, under, Thursday here, and let's start off with the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett, guys. Tyler Lockett is still a free agent. Oh, wait. No, he is not. After 10 full seasons with the Seattle Seahawks, he's officially landed in Tennessee, signing a 1-year, $4 million deal with the Tennessee Titans. So here's the question we're all going to ask right now. Over, under 850 yards receiving for Tyler Lockett in 2025. Let's break it down, baby. First, let's talk context. Lockett spent a decade in Seattle. 2 tutties. That's a serious drop from a 6-year stretch before where he averaged over 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns a season. But according to Lockett, that wasn't age catching up to him. It was a shift in the Seattle offenses of priorities. Now, Seattle's starting to push Jackson Smith-Njigba into a larger role last season. Of course, he is the wide receiver of the future. And in the process, they had to keep DK Metcalf happy. Lockett, being the ultimate team player that he is, finally decided, hey, let me take a step back. He's even gone on the record saying that he sacrificed stats for leadership. Respect, brother, respect. Now, heading into a brand new role with the Tennessee Titans. That's where it starts to get interesting. He's been brought in as a mentor and a steady target for rookie quarterback Cam Ward, the #1 overall pick. Now, that's just not a feel-good signing. This is strategic. But over or under? Let's get into it. Over, under 850 yards. Here is my take on this. If Cam Ward can develop quickly and Tyler Lockett stays healthy, he can hit the over. He's the most experienced wide receiver in that room, and Tennessee Titans will need that safety value. That said, if Ward struggles or the offense leads into the heavy run early, the under might be a safer bet. But what do you guys think? Is Tyler Lockett set for a comeback in Nashville or his best days behind him? Comment down below. Comment over for 850 yards for 2025 for Tyler Lockett or under. Let's do it. Let's talk about it. What do you guys think? Over, under 850 yards for Tyler Lockett in 2025. Old Man River is saying under. He says, I'm old and Father Time is undefeated. Guys, let's not forget, Tyler Lockett is only 32, 33 years old, right? Yes, he spent 10 years in Seattle, but if you guys watch Tyler Lockett's game, he doesn't take big hits. I think the only injury he's ever had was like a hamstring or like a quad, which he missed a couple games with. But a slot receiver like Tyler Lockett that is never getting hit and like always open, he could play for another 3, 4, 5, 6 years easily. But a lot of it's all on Cam Ward, right? Real McCoy says under. Age is creeping in. That is tough, right? Father Time is undefeated. Like I said, let me confirm, but I'm pretty sure he's only 37 years old. Come on. There we go. Age. Yeah, 32 years old. September 28th, 1992. 32 years old. Guys, he still has another big contract left in him, right? You guys are talking about age. Slow it down, baby. Slow it down, baby. Jonas Howard's in the chat. What's up, Jonas? He said over from my man, Tyler Lockett. He said Tyler Lockett's about to do that work. He said Tyler Lockett's about to show you boys what it's all about. Well, obviously they have Tyler Lockett, right? They still have Calvin Ridley. They still have Treylon Burks. And then they have Van Jefferson as well. Their biggest issue, but Jalen Brooks, like 9 tackles, 11.5 sacks, 2 pick sixes, and came in the close to a 3rd interception in week 18. He just wasn't productive. He was a tone setter on that defense that helped Minnesota go 14-3. They are contenders, and Van Ginkel was a huge side. With how aggressive Minnesota's front 7 plays, Van Ginkel could still eat. So where do I stand? Andrew Van Ginkel in 2025. Guys, hit the comments down below, smash the like button, and let's talk some football. We're diving into more of the exciting quarterback storyline of 2025, and that's Vikings quarterback, J.J. McCarthy. And the biggest question that I've got for you today on this over-under Thursday, over or under 4,000 yards passing for J.J. McCarthy this season. But let's just rewind it a little bit. McCarthy came into the league as the number 10 overall pick in 2024 draft, full of promise, but boom. Preseason knee injury, season-ending surgery, and just like that, he never saw a regular season snap for the rest of the season. But don't let the lost rookie season fool you. He just wasn't sitting there in the rehab room. He spent that time mentally grinding, studying film, and learning the system and soaking up every bit of pro game from the sidelines. That's something that you just can't quantify, but it matters. But here in 2025, the kid is back. He is healthy, he is confident, and he said it himself, I know I'm ready to start. That kind of statement carries weight, especially when you consider how he handles adversity already. But let's talk about 4,000 yards stat line. That is a big number for any quarterback, let alone in his first full season. But the pieces might actually be there for it. The Minnesota Vikings went 14-3 last season with Sam Darnold, who revived his career behind a solid offensive line, a sharp scheme, and a great supporting cast. J.J. McCarthy steps into that same exact structure, same coaching staff, similar weapons, and a team that that believes that it can contend for the NFC title. That support system, he's already praised it. He's got a coach in Kevin O'Connell who knows how to groom young quarterbacks. And don't forget, he's coming in fresh, but not raw. He's had a full NFL season to process the speed and mental side of the things. So let's circle back. Over, under 4,000 yards in 2025. If you are on the overside, you got this. You got a quarterback-friendly system. You have a great team. Jordan Addison, right? JJ. They also added the other receiver. I can't remember his name right now. They had he's had a full season of mental prep. The confidence and readiness McCarthy is displaying. But if you got the under, a guy who hasn't taken a regular season snap. He's recovering from a major knee operation and who may lean onto managing games rather than lighting up the stat sheet, especially early in the season. Me, I got to go under. Now, not way under, but just a wee bit under, somewhere around the 36 to 3,900 yard range. I think he will be efficiently smart, but not and really solid. But with a strong run game and defense, I don't see Minnesota asking him to throw the ball 35 to 40 times in a game unless things go sideways. But hey, guys, that is just my call. What do you guys think? Are you buying the hype over or under 4,000 yards for J.J. McCarthy in 2025? Drop your take in the comments below. And if you got a bold prediction, I want to hear about it. But let's hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't done it already. And stay tuned, guys, because we still got factor crap yet to come here. Old Man River says he's thrown for 3,400 yards, 24 touchdowns, and 12 INTs. That seems like a pretty solid stat line. That feels like a very 12-win-ish type of team, right? If you're throwing for 3,400 yards, 24 tutties, with that defense, you're winning a lot of games. My man Alpha Rob is saying under. He says he ain't no Josh Allen. But so we got to go a little bit under, baby. Listen, I feel you, man. I feel you, brother. I feel you. Guys, it's time for a little bit of factor crap. Time for a little bit of fact and a little bit of crap. Here at Man Hour, guys, I get on the old X machine, x.com. You can follow me on X at manhour_buck. I follow back. Sub for sub, follow for follow, as they like to call it. That is where we're most active on the DMs there. So if you guys want to contact me, head over to X manhour_buck. But I see what the people have been talking about over there and here on Man Hour. But we are diving into the big question that has been on a lot of people's minds lately. The man, the myth, the legend, Kirk Cousins. Guys, we've heard the rumors. He's going to Cleveland. He's going to Pittsburgh. He's going back to Minnesota. He's going here. But hey, the draft is come and gone. So we got to ask the question, guys. Fact or crap? Kirk Cousins will be a Falcon in 2025. Now, I know there's been a lot of chatter around this, so let's break it down and figure out if this is a real possibility or just some offseason noise like it has been. So let's start with some basic facts. After the 2025 NFL Draft, Kirk Cousins is still with the Atlanta Falcons. Right now, there isn't an obvious starting role available for him, with Michael Penix Jr. currently penciled in as a starting quarterback in Atlanta. This means Cousins could be sticking around as a backup for the time being, which is a bit of a surprise given his experience and name recognition. But wait! Before we jump to conclusions, let's hear what Falcons GM has to say. According to the Falcons GM, there is no rush to trade Kirk Cousins. He mentioned that the team is still taking a patient approach, always open to trades if it benefits the team, but they're not actively trying to move anyone or move Cousins at that point. That's interesting, right? He's not in a rush, which gives us a little bit more clarity on where Cousins might be heading this season. Now looking at the postseason draft landscape, the quarterback market has pretty much solidified for most of the teams, have already addressed their quarterback needs through trades or through the draft. So what does that mean for Kirk Cousins? Well, I can tell you this, it narrows down his options. And then we get into his role with the Falcons. At this point, it seems likely that Cousins is going to remain a $27.5 million backup with no immediate starting positions elsewhere. So is he stuck at that backup in Atlanta? It sure looks that way for right now. But here's the catch. Both the Falcons and Cousins are being patient. They are waiting for an opportunity to pop up. In all likelihood, they're going to wait for a starting quarterback elsewhere to go down with an injury, like something like Teddy Bridgewater type of situation, or as we saw it last season, an early season injury, or a couple seasons ago, like Aaron Rodgers' Achilles in week 1. If that happens, Kirk Cousins will be trade bait. So what does this all mean? Is Kirk Cousins going to be Atlanta Falcon in 2025? I'm leaning to say fact. While it's not guaranteed, it seems likely the scenario for now. Cousins is still on the roster. There's no immediate starting job for him anywhere, but the Falcons are happy to hang on to him for the time being. Patience is key, and if someone opens up, then there's the move. So what do you guys think? Fact or crap? Will Kirk Cousins be Atlanta Falcon in 2025? My eyes all of a sudden started burning. My bad, guys. Whew, my bad, fellas. My bad. Old Man River says fact due to his contract. Contracts are tough. $27.5 million. Guaranteed dollar bills, y'all. But what was it? After the March 1st deadline, the Falcons only owe him an extra $1 million, I think it was, or something like that. But hey, Alpha Rob says fact as well. Stay in the big dirty, in the dirty South. Sorry, brother. Your kids are staying in Atlanta, in Jiminy County or whatever it's called, right? Real McCoy says fact. Oh, my eyes hurt. My body hurts. I'm getting old as fuck. But he says fact, baby. Fact. Let me try these glasses. For some reason, I've been having sensitive eyes lately, guys. So, you guys are all saying fact. Okay. I think we're all on the same page. I think we're all agreeing here, but a little bit of fact and a little bit of crap. All right, guys. So now we got another fun fact or crap. We got a fun one here. Fact or crap, guys. Will the Bears versus Packers be the biggest game of 2025? Buck, what are you talking about? Bears and Packers? What are you talking about? So let's dive into the details and see what the facts say. All right, guys. So the buzz started when Ben Johnson, newly appointed head coach for the Chicago Bears, made a little noise during his introductory press conference and says it took a little jab at the Packers head coach saying, we beat you twice. I enjoy you beating twice a year. It's fun. It's fun. Now, that's got to feel good for a guy who's had some success in the division where the Packers have patiently waiting.